What do we have for Pisces? The Wheel of Fortune, Sag energy at the foundation of the reading. I actually think this is the first time I've gotten this Wheel of Fortune from this particular deck. As you can see, we're looking at the Wheel of Fortune from a different vantage point. It's as if there's something that the divine is trying to illuminate to you. And see how the devil is right here and he's kind of got his hand positioned there? Just the overall feeling is kind of sneaky, like something is being veiled from you. And there was a very specific message I got for you leading up to this reading, Pisces. Your guides wanted me to tell you this. Selling your soul is agreeing not to go down your intended divine path, but instead taking an alternate offer that benefits another's agenda. There's a direction you're supposed to be going, and there's somebody, could be more than one person, there's just an energy around you that is trying to stop you from going down this path. This Wheel of Fortune is essentially Wheel of Fortune read in its negative polarity. So this is all related to some sort of negative external force around you that is trying to persuade you it's not your time, or you're making a wrong move, you're making a bad decision, your judgment is off, your higher guidance isn't correct. Something along these lines, Pisces. Let's keep going. What do we have at the sacral, please? Too many cards. Seven of Swords, Four of Wands. There's somebody here who's trying to steal some sort of victory from you. It's very clear. There's no twists or turns to this message at all. It's just all right here waiting to come out. Okay, what do we have at the sacral? Too many cards. Wow. Seven of Pentacles. Taurus energy at the sacral. Look at this depiction, right? It's like there's somebody watching you, but it's as if you can't see them watching you. It's like an energy of remote viewing. There's something very dark that I'm picking up here, Pisces. It's as if somebody is trying to do some sort of energy manipulation to stop you from going in a specific direction. Now, energy manipulation can most certainly come in the form of words, bad advice, unsolicited opinions, something along these lines. You have a plan in place. You can see very clearly that this vision you have has the potential to bear fruit, whatever this may be for you. But there's another energy here that is trying to stop this from happening. It's as if somebody is trying to stifle your creativity, your passion. I'm picking up on a sacral blockage. I don't feel that you're suffering from this, but I feel that this is where the attack is coming through. Now, the way somebody can use words to attack your sacral, to block it, is to basically say things to keep you in a state of fear, or make you feel like what you're doing isn't that significant, isn't that special, your creations aren't that great. There's so many different ways that this can show up. But whatever it is here, it's something that feels very discouraging. It makes you want to give up, or that's their intended outcome. You know, I've been speaking about the astrology in all the most recent zodiac readings, and it's coming up again here very clearly. It came out immediately with this Wheel of Fortune at the foundation. At the moment, Pluto is at 0 degrees Aquarius. A lot of people think that this is the beginning of the age of Aquarius. But whatever the case, once Pluto goes to 1 degrees Aquarius, this is an energy of you really charging forward. Right now, we're sitting at the precipice of change. Your entire future is right there on the horizon line, waiting for you to reach out and take it. But there's this opposing energy that is trying to stop your movement forward in the 11th hour. And this is very much a dip in the energy right before you hit a sort of ramping up into this new timeline. So peaks and valleys kind of energy. We're in a valley right now, and you're getting ready to hit a peak, Pisces. It's very important that you stay focused on this vision. The task at hand is what I'm hearing. Whatever this represents for you, don't allow any outside opinions to dissuade you from moving in this direction right now. Anybody who's not supporting your movement on this path is a sort of enemy in your life. Whether they want to admit that or not, this is how they're coming up in the energy. And this is also going to allow you to move forward and release any sort of drag. It's energy of releasing baggage that is all trying to seep into this new timeline with you, which essentially you won't even make it into the new timeline if you take any of these energies with you. You'll just think you're in the new timeline. So it's very important that you release everything that is not serving your highest good right now, Pisces. It's crucial. Your life really depends on it, because you never know that you've been pulled back into the same old karmic cycle that you're preparing to graduate on from right now until further down the line. You wake up one day and you're like, what happened? I remember I was getting ready to step into my power like 6 months ago, and now it feels like it was all just a dream. I'm right back where I was. You need to keep your distance from any of these energies right now, Pisces. You can't come up against them because they use a kind of mind warfare. This is something that I myself had to learn the hard way. Any of these energies from my past now just are nowhere to be found. I let all these energies go from my life a few years ago, and my life has been on a steady trajectory upward ever since. You know, for me personally, they knew what they were doing. There was some sort of strategic plan in place, and it sounds wild. It is wild. But when you have a particular path laid out before you, which could create some sort of influence inside the collective, there's just no telling what tactics the devil will use as extensions of himself to stop you from progressing any further down that path, because it all goes against his agenda in your life and inside the collective. We all have the power to affect change more than we even know. So the devil will create this little matrix, this little simulation around each one of our lives to make sure that we never wake up to the truth. And this is exactly what I'm seeing right here for you, Pisces. Where do we have the solar plexus, please? Oh, wow. Hierophant in reverse may as well be the devil. There's a very godless energy that is working in your life. I don't know who this is. It could be a group of people. It could be one person. It could be a family member. It could be an ex. It could be a friend. Or it could very well be your own mindset that is based off of something you've picked up on your path. There's countless ways this can show up. But this depiction of the Hierophant is giving us the vantage point from the back of his throne, and it's upside down. And see how there's like somebody here holding a snake? It just doesn't give me a very godlike energy. And it's almost as if, well, this person here is releasing a white dove, but then there's this snake. And immediately, and I think that's supposed to be a lamb. So there's just this message of sacrifice here. There's something kind of strange going on here. It's like the white dove is preparing to be sacrificed to the snake. And I feel that this lamb, like a lamb to the slaughter, is all representative of this energy of sacrifice. It's very godless. So there's somebody in your life that is posing as something they most definitely are not. And it's right there at the solar plexus position. And this is somebody who's trying to make you inferior to them. Or, again, it's a kind of mindset. You feel beneath someone, like you can't move in a certain direction because of what this person might think or what they might do. There just seems to be a restrictive energy here, and it feels very overwhelming. But in saying that, Pisces, I don't feel that it's been something that's so obvious. It's almost as if it's been hidden from you. And as you start moving in this direction of this major change, it starts being exposed to you by the divine. I feel that the divine is giving you some sort of sight to see. Now, this can just be your intuition pinging you. Surrounding these people, these situations, whatever this may be, you may be getting a lot of downloads, ideas, all of a sudden flooding through in regards to how these people are working in your life. There also seems to be an emphasis on this relationship that you've been nurturing with the divine. There seems to be this sense that you're somebody who is very intuitive, which that is Pisces energy. You are the most intuitive sign in the zodiac when you're actually exercising that muscle. That's you at your highest potential. You are the epitome of somebody who uses their intuition to guide them through your everyday waking life. So in saying that, Pisces, that's where they're going to attack you. This is the same for every zodiac sign. They're going to use your greatest weapon against you to keep you in the shadow side of whatever that weapon that you have may be. So for you, they're going to use tactics so you don't trust your intuition, which causes it to become blocked, kind of like it becoming calcified because you're not using it, you're not trusting it. See, the way you exercise that intuitive muscle is by listening to your intuition and then moving accordingly. When you don't listen to it, when you're second guessing it, then it starts to become blocked. What do we have at the heart, please? Is that the... Yep, Ace of Swords in reverse, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Followed everything I just said. At the heart position, Ace of Swords in reverse, this is an energy of mental blocks. You're not trusting your own higher guidance. See, this is why you need to put distance between you and these energies, because there seems to be some sort of strong influence you have around you. See, you're receiving downloads, Pisces. You'll start moving inside of that space, putting the pieces together, putting plans together, whatever it may be for you. And then it's like this energy comes through and was like, oh, what are you doing? No, I wouldn't do that if I was you. And has a way of injecting the self-doubt into you. And you're like, oh, well, maybe you're right. And this can really speak about this manipulative sort of energy coming from somebody that's very close to you. Because I feel that it's somebody that you think you can trust. It's somebody that's right underneath your nose. Or it's this mindset that the divine is trying to break you free of that is all based off of projections you've picked up, like I said earlier on in the reading. So all of you will be dealing with this energy showing up in different ways. But there's something very stifling going on here. And I feel that this energy allows you to get to that 11th hour and then pulls the rug out from underneath you, sees you working away. Again, it could be you sabotaging yourself. And then right before you get ready to pull through a victory, I don't know. I don't know if I have what it takes. I don't know if it's that great. Whatever this represents for you. You know, it could be somebody who spent all this time creating a piece of content, whether it's music, a book, a piece of art, something that sees you giving back to the collective in some capacity. And then it's like you self-sabotage, you shoot yourself in the foot. And this is devil energy. The devil works to get us to all self-sabotage, so seemingly we are the only one to blame. The devil's very sneaky, and he'll use these people as his tentacles to plant those little seeds of self-doubt. Are you sure you want to do that? And then you kind of carry that with you, and then that phrase unearths itself from the deep recesses of your mind in that moment when you need nothing but raw confidence to pull through the victory. All of a sudden you hear rattling around in your mind, sure you want to do that? You sure that's for you? You sure anybody's going to care? And then you give up. The divine is calling on you to recognize this energy once and for all in your life, pluck it out, and move on. The rest of your life is waiting for you, and it's time to leave this energy behind. Every zodiac sign is dealing with this in some capacity or another. You're right where you're supposed to be right now, Pisces. So you haven't missed anything. This was all supposed to happen exactly like this. It was all supposed to unfold this way. But the season that the divine is guiding you into is going to be a winning season. Now is your time. But you have to reach out and grab it and break the chains that have kept you binded to this previous karmic cycle once and for all. What do we have at the throat, please? Wow. The star right there at the throat. What a card to follow what I just said. Aquarius energy. The divine is showing you, right, from this other vantage point. Pisces, you are right on the precipice. You are the star. And see how it's right at that throat position? So I feel like it's speaking on what I said, right? It doesn't have to be a song. It doesn't have to be a book. It doesn't have to be a painting. These are just the general examples they're giving me, but they're confirming it with this card at that throat chakra. So here you are now gathering steam in the 11th hour as opposed to losing steam and pulling the victory through, thus allowing this beautiful miracle to unfold in your life that sees you take the first step into this new timeline, officially into the age of Aquarius. The star, Aquarius energy at the throat. Beautiful. Your admission fee, Pisces, is your confidence, is you deciding to trust yourself and you no longer living in the past with this outdated belief system surrounding who you are and who you are not, which is all based off of some sort of negative projections you've picked up on your path. It's very important that you're mindful about what you're allowing to go into your mind right now, Pisces. You need everything working in your favor. There's a need for self-preservation here. This is what's going to allow you to step into this new timeline. There's just so much distraction that's trying to seep into your mind, Pisces. You just need to understand that if somebody's not seeing your worth, Pisces, then they're not worth having in your life. Period. Stop holding on to people who don't want to see you soar and be in the spotlight of your own life, the center of your own universe. This is what this is all about. This is all about you becoming the best version of you that has ever existed on any timeline. That's what you're preparing to calibrate with right now. What do we have at the third eye, please? Chariot, Cancer energy at the third eye, victory. Focus, Pisces. You need to start asserting yourself. There's this very self-controlled energy that they're wanting you to function inside of right now. If there's things you've been putting off, I don't really like putting this down to New Year's resolutions, but it's an easy way to explain what I'm getting here. All of those things, whatever they may be for you, now all this really needs to be put in place. There's some things that you know need to go. Addictions, possibly food, alcohol, whatever it is. Things that are just essentially slowing you down. Byproducts of the Matrix. What the Matrix actually is an overwhelming force of resistance that works in each one of our lives to stop us from reaching our highest good and potential. And it works in many different areas of our life. But one of the main areas is in what we consume, especially in this day and age. So you need to be very mindful of this right now, because it's all these little details that are going to be the deciding factor whether or not you cross over into this new timeline. The Divine's got your back, but they need you to fight. They're not just going to come down and scoop you up and prop you in the new timeline. You have free will. When you fight, they fight behind you. This is how this works. The energy that you project out into the universe is the energy that the Divine will amplify in your life. So if you're not fighting for your own life, you're just sitting around letting other people keep you down, then that is going to be amplified in your life because you're telling the universe that's where you want to be. And it sounds strange, like, well, why would the universe do that? Again, free will. God cannot force you to wake up to the power you hold inside you, but he'll never stop showing you examples, visions of what you could accomplish should you get up and start fighting for your life. And especially now more than ever, Pisces, this is the tone inside the collective. And look all around the world. It's not just happening in your own individual life. Everything is playing out on a world stage as well. So there's this micro to macro scale that is most definitely all around us. But when you start showing up for yourself, you have an influence on the collective fight as well. What do we have at the crown, please? Temperance, Sag energy at the crown. Very powerful spread that we have here, Pisces. Look how all this energy shifted. Huge emphasis on this throat chakra here. Speaking truth. But I feel that this is internal. Ah, right. I feel that this star at the throat is all related to the mindset shift. The story you tell yourself about who you are and who you're not. This is what this is all about. See, this is you breaking that conditioning And this has happened to all of us. We've all been conditioned in some capacity or another. Some of us come from families that didn't know what they were doing and they were just living every day inside the matrix, and we just kind of got pulled into all of it. But then there's also some of us who came from families who knew exactly what they were doing. But whatever the case, Pisces, it's here, okay? But now it's time to shatter this idea of who they think you should be. This temperance at the crown is showing us very clearly that you're on this path, right? Temperance is all about meaning and purpose. And there's a connection here. You have your foot in the water. You have 2 jugs, 2 cups. And there's also somebody in the background there. That person looks a little sneaky, like they're fleeing. Like, oh no, Pisces has stepped into their power. Master's going to be very angry with me that I wasn't able to stop Pisces in the 11th hour. This is massive energy right here. Star, Chariot, Temperance. And then I have the Devil on the bottom of the deck. There's a lot of movement and progress towards your dreams here. But there's also this energy of moderation that I'm seeing with this Chariot and Temperance here. And this is related to everything I was just saying about these things that need to be let go of. There's something here that needs to be moderated. Whether it's an addiction, people that are in your life that are a bad influence, or probably a combination of all of those things. I would go as far as saying that when we have a lot of toxic people in our life, we just start to pick up toxic behavioral patterns. It's like it's all inclusive. That's why when you start plucking the toxic people out of your life first, they say this in AA, you can't hang out with the same people that you used to drink with, because it makes it much more easier to let go of the behavioral patterns, the addictions that you engaged in when you were in those circles. Very similar energy here, Pisces. There's very much a choice that you're being given here. They just want to know really how bad you want it, Pisces, because there's some sacrificing that needs to take place here. And I don't feel that it's anything that you're not willing to let go of, but sometimes we are so engaged in these behavioral patterns, it's not easy. But there is support here, and they are highlighting this vision of yours coming to life, whatever this is. As long as you can try and focus on that, Pisces, it will make this transition much easier. If you know that you can attain this particular thing, if you are able to finally sacrifice these things from your life, would you do it? That's the question the divine is asking you right now, because they're showing you very clearly what can be accomplished here, Pisces. What do we have at the foundation, please? Temperance, Crow's Cell, 3 of Cups. Wow. So Sag energy again. So we got Temperance back to back, and then 3 of Cups. This is Temperance in its negative polarity. This is all related to some sort of disruptive energies around you. It's a very chaotic energy. And then, well, it's also an energy of excess. It's like this is stopping the wheel from turning. And then this right here, this 3 of Cups really speaks on what we've been picking up here. This is an energy here of people who party too much. It's an energy of being very withdrawn and lethargic. It's an energy of stifling your creativity right underneath that sacral. And I feel I picked up on that stifled creativity at that sacral earlier on in the reading. And now they're highlighting it again. So for some of you, it is a group. It is a negative external influence. And for others, it's things that you need to let go of, things you need to sacrifice. Both of those things are going to be at play here, just like I said. So all they're doing is confirming what I just said here. This is what's stopping the wheel from turning. But you have your back to it, right? Which can just be another way of you quite possibly not seeing things from a higher perspective and how certain details in your life could be holding you back. I know this one so well, Pisces, because I found myself having collected so many failures in my life. I got to the point where I started going in and working on all these details after I found myself so sick and tired of not getting any wins. And I went through my life and started addressing all the things that I didn't think made a difference. And lo and behold, those were all the things that actually made a difference. Okay. And a lot of it had to do with people as well. You know, people in your life that are a bad influence who you may not think are holding you back. But once you have this perspective shift, you start to recognize everything that's a common denominator in your life. So in saying that, you need to look for all the common denominators in your life, big or small, person or thing, behavioral pattern, mindset, whatever it is, everything needs to be brought underneath the microscope and had a closer look at. Because for most of you out there that are serious about this, you're going to see a major shift in your life once you do this, because you're going to find something that you didn't see before, or you didn't see it in this way. See right here? Here you are, right? Here's this, let's say, thing you're trying to create. You're trying to get something to bear some sort of fruit here, right? And then there's this ghost-like figure, which is like a spirit, but you don't see it. And this thing is like the common denominator. It could be a person, behavioral pattern, something you do, an addiction, but it has a spirit. See, negative mindsets, behavioral patterns, addictions, toxic people in your life, they all hold certain spirits. These are all different kinds of demons. The 7 deadly sins, those are all ruled by specific demons. There's a depth to this, Pisces, okay, is what I'm trying to say here. There's a seriousness to this that you need to stop ignoring and accept it for what it really is, so you can allow this shift to come through. What do we have the solar plexus, please? Page of Swords, Bootis in its shadow polarity, and it just keeps becoming more and more obvious. This is that energy. Those people, 3 of Cups next to Page of Swords, both in their shadow polarities. These are all kinds of demons. That's what these cards are. This Page of Swords right here is all related to these people, this bad influence. These are individuals that are all talk, no action. Very immature energy, people that gossip all the time. There's just always a lot of drama. It's an energy of people who make promises they can't keep, people trying to engage you into the same karmic cycle you're preparing to graduate on from by offering you something. This can definitely speak on that, but you know better. If you went back to this, Pisces, there'd be nobody to blame but yourself. Yes, the devil is trying to work in your life and all of our lives to try and get us to self-sabotage. What do we have, the heart, please? Wow. Dandelion, the High Priestess, Pisces, that is your energy right there, right underneath that Ace of Swords. So remember back there I was talking about your intuition being blocked, and then here it is right here. This is High Priestess in its negative polarity. And see how right here it's like you're being split? It's like the devil, the divine. Infamy. So there's something very dark here, something very wicked at play. It's like the devil and the angel on your shoulder. Speaks about everything that we've channeled through up until this point, and it's right there at the center of the reading. And remember how I was talking about they'll use your highest potential, right? Your greatest weapon, which is your intuition. They'll use the shadow aspect of that against you. Essentially, stop you from listening to your intuition. This is exactly what that represents. Smack dab in the middle underneath that Ace of Swords. Can it be any clearer? This is an attack on your intuition and distorting that inner voice. And this goes much deeper than you can imagine, Pisces. You are a part of the great wheel that must turn. There's this hidden agenda here. The devil and all his tentacles are a part of keeping you away from something. And then we have Ha-I-L, Divine Warrior, 10 of Cups, also your energy, Pisces. But here we can see your higher self connecting with you right now. And you can't see it in this picture, but this is also on one of the other decks that I use It's in the Angel Tarot. And there's a child on your lap here. So it's representing the three levels of you. It's your inner child, your being that you are right now, right? In this waking life, and then your higher self coming online, coming into calibration, healing you and reminding you that you are a divine warrior. This is an energy of complete alignment and harmony. You are on the precipice of something so extraordinary here, Pisces. I can feel it. I wish I could just give you a little shove, pushing the little bird out of the nest so they can start flying. This is what I'm getting here for you. That's what the divine is trying to do right now. Just give you a little shove out of the nest, so to speak. That nest is actually this karmic cycle you've been running. What do we have at the throat, please? 9 of Swords, Gemini energy at the throat. Hariel, the comforting God. Purification, protection from the impious. And there they are, right? See that little blindfolded demon cherub jumping on your back there, trying to stop you from moving forward. And then here's one of your spirit guides swatting them off. This is you facing the fear of what may be down this path that you've never been down before. Your self-confidence has taken such a hit over the years, Pisces. And this is why I feel a lot of you are finding it so difficult to get up and find the strength to take that step into this new timeline. But you need to know you're not alone. Everybody feels this way in one way or another, Pisces. But this is one of those moments that when you do finally take that first step, you look back and you're like, oh my God, that was so easy. And then every step that follows becomes easier and easier. It is the first step. That is the most difficult before you've taken it, because that first step is you breaking the chain. But there will be a point when you do look back and you will start to understand just how strong this kind of spell, right? This mind control, this idea of who you're supposed to be and who you're not supposed to be actually was. No one said this was easy, but I promise you the second step will be a cakewalk. What do we have at the third eye, please? 7 of Pentacles. Wow. So we have it twice right there and right here. Much different now. See how you have this lantern? See, you're looking down here. It's like right here. You're like, who goes there? Oh, I see you now. You've illuminated this spirit, whatever that represents, the person, the behavioral pattern, the mindset. Now you see your way. Nimamia, the lovely God. Discernment, general prosperity, the deliverance of prisoners. You're freeing yourself. Beautiful. And it's in a perfect pattern. Second card, second to last card. You've made a complete shift and turnaround. This is you taking that first step right there. And see how you have your wings? You've jumped out of the nest, so to speak, like I was saying. What do we have at the crown, please, to close this up for Pisces? What do we have? 4 of Cups, Cancer energy at the crown to close out the reading. Melahel, the God deflecting evil, healing capacity, protection from weapons, safety in travel. And now here you are, on your way. A whole new outlook on life based off of this new perspective you have now, which comes after you take that first step. It's like you step through the doorway, so to speak. You step into this new golden age of your life, is what I heard so clearly just now. You step into your power, and you have a complete paradigm shift surrounding how you actually perceive your reality and everything that has been in it up until that point. Nothing will ever be the same, Pisces. But this is all a part of your purpose and you fulfilling your destiny. Pisces, this is the message I have available to you, depending on where you are on this timeline, should you choose to accept. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you would like a personal reading, you can find all of my contact details in the description below this video, and thank you for your donations, Pisces. Take care.